Welcome to the Developer Experience Show. This is your host Saurav Pathak and thank you for joining us today. In each episode, we are going to have some fascinating conversation, expert interview, and thought-provoking discussions on Bagisto. But before we move on to the conversation, do not forget to hit the bell icon and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any future podcast. And if you like our work, please leave a review in the comment section below. It will really help us grow.
The reason why we choose to work in Bagisto, it's because it's open source nature, and I think the most important thing, it's built with PHP's most popular framework, I would say, Laravel. My experience till now with Bagisto is amazing, I would say.
In today's podcast, we are going to talk with Mr. Ramkishan Suthar, who is the co-founder and director of WebbyTroops Technologies Private Limited, a company located in Bikaner. This is a company which started 4 years back and has been working on major e-commerce platforms like Magento, Bagisto, and Shopify. So let's get started. Thank you, Ramkishan, for joining our very first podcast. So, before we proceed with the further conversation, could you let us know our listener a bit about yourself?
Sure. So I am Ramkishan Suthar. I'm the founder of WebbyTroops Technologies, and we are based in Bikaner, Rajasthan, which is a very small town in India. And if I talk about my development journey, so I have started my journey in 2016, and I have done my development journey for 3 years for a company, and then after that I have started my own company with my partners, and it's going pretty well. So that's
Okay.
all.
That's very impressive. So, as you told that the very first 3 years you have been a developer and then you start with the company. So, what actually motivated you to start your own company rather than continuing with the same work that you have been doing?
Yeah, so basically from the starting, I have, that mindset, like, I will do my stuff. So, I will have my own company. So I thought, after the years, me and, my partner, when we were both working in same company, so I thought, like, this is the time, like, we should have, start a company, and then from that time we are, hustling, and, we have some small team here in Bikaner. So, that's the journey we have right now.
That's really very amazing. And we really hear a lot that people starting their companies from very small towns like Bikaner, right? Otherwise,
Yeah,
you get to hear a lot of people from Delhi, Noida, like that.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So, how was it like starting the company in Bikaner? And did you was there like a particular environment there for the startups? And how's the ecosystem there in Bikaner? Like, if anyone is looking
Uh,
to start something.
not really, environment we have right now. And when we started, we never thought, like, we will come, like this way, like, it's been 4 years, we have, this company. So if I talk about the ecosystem, getting the resources is very tough, because there are less number of people who are, who want to join in the companies, kind of. The people will want to go in the Bangalore or in big cities, and do their jobs, instead, staying here and, joining with us. So, hiring that resource part is very difficult for us. But yes, it's kind of roller coaster, and we will keep hustling, and yeah.
Definitely, definitely. I see that WebbyTroops provide a lot of services regarding development of commerce in various platforms like Magento and Shopify. And when we talk about this service-based company, so there are a lot of service-based company in India which are working on the similar tech stack.
Mhm.
So, what exactly makes WebbyTroops are different than other companies? Like, why people approach you, and is there any something different in strategy or tactics that you follow, or services that you provide to a customer?
Sure, sure. So basically, I think from the starting, our motto is, like, make the customer happy.
Hmm.
So if your customer happy, and then you will get, more work, and, more project. So, from the starting, our motto is only that, just make customer happy, and just keep doing the things. Yeah.
Mm. Okay, okay, that's good to know that. And you see, you have a pretty good experience of working on e-commerce platforms. Okay, you have been a Magento developer. I've seen that, and your company is working on Shopify, and recently you also started working on Bagisto.
Yeah.
So when we talk about the commerce part, like so being a developer and working for all those years, what's the change you have seen in the past few years, and what's the future you're seeing for the e-commerce ecosystem for the people who are looking to build their online e-commerce site?
Yeah, I mean, if I talk about change, like, when I started with e-commerce, I started with Magento, and Magento was open source. I mean, it is open source right now, but in that time it was not acquired by Adobe. So we see a lot of project and a lot of stuff, and about the other e-commerce platform as well. Like there are many things which needs to be changed. So to cope up with I mean, going forward, we should have like open source platform like Bagisto. I mean, if I talk about Bagisto, then everyone is familiar with Laravel. It's built with Laravel, and everyone is. I mean, I would say like Laravel community is so huge. So I mean, if anyone knows Laravel, then he can adapt Bagisto and can learn the things in Bagisto. So I think these kind of platform we need for in our system, so that we can develop things very easily. We can we can ready the developer very easily. So these kind of platform needed timely, I would say.
Hmm. See, talking about Magento, since you have been developer, we have seen a lot of discussion going in the community that once Adobe acquired Magento, they have been very heavily focused on the enterprise section rather on the open source section, right? And we have seen most of, there are so many pull requests being there on Magento repository, and they have not been accepted till yet. Okay, so there's a very doubtful mindset with the community that how Magento is going to support the open source community in future or not, and that actually presents a lot of opportunity to the other platforms which are there in the open source like WooCommerce, like Bagisto, to work upon that and to provide services to the people in that particular area. So talking about the open source part, if we take the open source part or the ecosystem as of now, you as a like a developer, what would you choose if you get something like a project to build something like a commerce part? Okay, so what is the one thing that you will have a factor before choosing a platform to develop the e-commerce website?
Yeah, so I think firstly it depends on, like, let's say if a customer comes to me, like, he wants to build a website. So firstly I will see, like, what he needs, what platform will suit, and what are the things, like, which he needs. So I will go to the each platform, and then we'll see, which platform will fulfill the requirement. And with minimum effort, I would say, like, if I am a customer, then I won't want that, like, I will heavily customize that platform and then will use it. So I think that's the factor. Like, I need to check with the client's requirement. Then only I will choose which platform is suitable.
And how much the role community plays before choosing a commerce platform? Like let's say you have chosen a platform, you want to work upon that, so how much I would like to say efforts, or like you decide before choosing a platform that this platform has got a very good community, it has got a very good support, so let's go ahead and choose this platform.
Yeah, obviously, I mean, community plays a good role and pivotal role to choose the platform you want to choose. Because like, if you have the community support, then you get and continued support from community, and that inspires, like, you should go with that platform only. So
Okay.
community support is must, I would say.
Perfect. Okay, I would like to play a very small cross question with you. Okay, so you have got two options, Magento and Bagisto, considering the open source platform. So I'm going to give you a very small keyword. Okay, and based on that keyword, you just need to reply with what platform you're going to go with that particular keyword. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. The very first is accessibility.
I will go with Bagisto.
Okay. Customer support.
Customer support, Magento.
Okay. Reliability.
Reliability, we can say Bagisto.
Okay. Easy to customize.
Bagisto, obviously.
And what if a customer comes and if he has a very limited budget to work upon?
Obviously Bagisto.
Okay, thank you for the for the answers. Okay, it's really great. Okay, now I've seen like you have recently started working on Bagisto. Can you just let us know like how did you found the web platform, and what things do you find intriguing about Bagisto, and when did you actually decide that yes, apart from Magento and Shopify, you can work upon Bagisto as well?
Yeah, so basically, my experience till now with Bagisto is amazing, I would say. I had first interaction with Bagisto when I was attending the, I think, Laracon event. So that was amazing talk with Bagisto team. So I had good time. So when I came from that event, I decided that we are going to build something in Bagisto, and we are going to start exploring Bagisto. So after that, period, we explored Bagisto, and we built something, and I think we published our extension in Bagisto. And the reason why we choose to work in Bagisto, it's because it's open source nature, and I think the most important thing, it's built with PHP's most popular framework, I would say, Laravel. So that's important. Like if it's in Laravel, then as I said, it's has Laravel has a lot of community support. So if anyone know Laravel, then I think he can easily explore the Bagisto. And I'm sure, like in coming years, Bagisto will be one of very good open source platform, I'm sure.
Now, on the developer's perspective, like being a developer, okay, uh, to all the developers around the world who are working on different open source commerce platform, okay, what's the one thing that you want to highlight for the people that if you are looking for this certain specific thing, you can go with Bagisto? What's the one thing or one or two things which you can highlight on behalf of developer?
Yeah, for the developer behalf, I think I will take, I mean, from the PHP's example, because it's in PHP. PHP is one of popular language, and this is built in Laravel, which is very common, I would say. If anyone knows PHP, then I'm sure the developer knows Laravel as well. So if you know Laravel, then I think you should go with Bagisto only. And if I talk about open source, then it's in open source. So open source allows you to that flexibility to customize the code, and then you have the scalability and low cost. As a customer, I mean, I really want, like my cost as less as them. So I always choose the open source platform. And one most important thing, I think, community support. If you anywhere you got stuck in anywhere, then you have the community who will back you and who will help you to fix the issues. So I think that's the best part.
Definitely, I can't disagree with you on that. Community really plays a very important role, I guess, in the building of the platform and getting the
Exactly.
support as well. Okay, I see that you have experience of working on both open source and SaaS solution, right, and Shopify, right? So, how do you like pitch your customers? Like, if a customer comes, so how do you differentiate, like telling them choosing a SaaS platform or an open source platform?
Yeah, then again, I think it depends on a client's need, what kind of platform he wants. And if I talk about the SaaS platform, then I think SaaS platform is also need of the community. I think if I talk about the small merchant, like in our hometown as well, like there are many small merchant who wants to go on board, or go want to go live, go and sell their products on live, but they don't have that budget to go and build their website or something. So I think that SaaS platform or SaaS e-commerce platform allows you to to make your store in very low budget, and you can run your online store. So I think that is also need of the system. I think we should have some good SaaS e-commerce platform, so that everyone can uh, build their store and sell online.
Sure. Talking about the Indian ecosystem, like you might have got a chance to work with a lot of Indian customers who are looking to build their commerce site. Uh, what's the one thing that you can tell us, or tell our listeners about the Indian merchants, and when they come to you, what they are actually looking to have, like in terms of like project and their budget? Okay, so do they have any certain expectation before they come to you to build their e-commerce site, or what kind of like perspective they have before they come to you to get the services?
I think the customer I interacted, I mean, especially the Indian merchants, they only want to go live. They just want to sell online. It doesn't matter. They don't have the specific requirement. We want this, and so they just want to sell their products online. So I think that's the only they need, and the market is very huge.
So I can say that they are looking for something by which they can readily go to market, right? Very
Exactly.
easily and very quickly they can
Yeah.
go to market, right? So they are
Exactly.
not very concerned about what tech stack you're providing. They just want to go live, okay? Before they go live, do you also have word with them that would they need to have access to their data or privacy? Because like in the SaaS solution, you can't have access to the entire source code compared to
Mm-hmm.
open source, right? So do you
Agree.
also have some kind of conversation with them as well, that do you need to store all your data and the source code, so that in future if you
Mm-hmm.
want to modify, you can hire your developers and modify it?
I mean, not every customer has this requirement. I mean, there are few customer like they want to host everything on their server or something, like to have the open source or some platform which they can host on their system or their server. Not every customer has that requirement. Like they won't have this one.
Okay, okay. So one last question, Ram about Bagisto, about the people who are using Bagisto and the developers who are working on Bagisto. What will be your recommendation?
I think for Bagisto, as I said, ever since I started with Bagisto, I'm very excited. I'm really sure that we are going to have more business in Bagisto. So I mean, all the people, all the developers, I would say like you should start using the Bagisto, because it's from India, I would say, and we should go with Bagisto and inspire our client or merchants to have their e-commerce website or store in Bagisto, because they have Bagisto has too many things to offer, like Bagisto is offering multi-channel, and it's like multi-website. You can run your different website with different inventory management. I mean, I would say like Bagisto has, as a customer, I think Bagisto is offering everything. I would say like sales, catalog rule, coupon, everything. That's typical e-commerce website needs. So it's good, pretty good.
And about WebbyTroops, like I have seen that recently you have joined as a solution partner for Bagisto, and very congratulations for that.
Thanks, thanks.
So for the customers who are looking for a solution on Bagisto, just let us know a bit on what WebbyTroops has to offer for those customers.
Yeah, I mean, for customer, I think we have just released our two plugins in Bagisto, and we are working on two more plugins. So basically, so I'm sure like in coming months we will publish those extension as well. And apart from this, we are providing the services for Bagisto website development, or any custom module or development, or any sort of maintenance services. So we are providing these kind of services.
Okay, and before I come to Bikaner, is there something that you would recommend me to go there and have something and get a taste of Bikaner?
Yeah, you should have a test of Bikaneri Bhujia,
Oh, great.
and Rasgulla is very must one of popular, and apart from this, kachori and samosa is the most common dish namkeen we have in.
That's
So I'm sure
perfect.
you, if you come Bikaner, just get in touch, and I'm sure, and I will, we will go there and have some.
No, sure, definitely. Bikaner is a very beautiful city and would love to come there and explore the area. And
Sure,
to
sure.
all the listeners, WebbyTroops is offering a lot of services on Bagisto. If you're looking to get your website developed on Bagisto, they are offering from designing and development to other services on it. So do check out their website, webbytroops.com, and you can get in touch with Ramkishan and he will assist you further with your project. So thank you, Ramkishan, for joining
Thank
us
you.
in
Thank
our
you,
very
sir.
first podcast. It was a very interactive conversation with you, talking
Sure,
about
sure.
your life, your career, and the things that your company is offering. And I hope it will help our listeners to get
Sure,
more
sure.
insights into your company, and they can further get in touch with you for their requirements.
Sure, sure. Thanks, Saurabh.
Thank you, Ramkishan. Thank you for tuning in to our podcast today. Remember, if you have any ideas or suggestion, feel free to reach out to us via any social media channels. We love hearing it from our listeners. Until next time, this is Saurav Pathak signing off. Take care and keep exploring.